I got to watch how I word this one.
Yeah,
but
this needs to be censored.
I am very good at that, but I will let you know it's very funny. And at the time, it wasn't very funny because I understand how these things go, but you can look back at them. The Tom Berg story. Um, Tom had an incident when he was doing traffic at Channel 6, was it?
Yes.
I think that's where it was. Where he was doing the traffic report, but it was live TV. And a disgruntled employee wrote a very choice phrase on the graphic behind Tom.
One of those that will get you in a lot of word that will get you in a lot of trouble if you say it on the radio.
It's what you call a no-no word.
Right. So and you can still look this up. You can search Tom Berg traffic weather, something like that, and you'll find it. And when Tom was hired here, we all found out about it. We didn't know about it until he got here, and he was the one that told us. He's like, "Oh yeah, you got to check this out. This is something that happened to me down in Indianapolis," because it followed him around. And at the time, it was extremely serious because it was a big deal. Nobody sees that on TV anymore. So they did a handwriting analysis, he told me, and they finally found out it was one of my production assistant kids that were on his way out. So they ended up finding out it was him, but the whole time I know because Tom told me, he says they all thought it was me.
Oh no.
And it wasn't him.
And that's so not something he would do.
Oh my
either.
gosh, no. But so what happened to you, Nathan, is that you found out.
Well, he had told me about it, and Pat Dunn was still here, and so Tom told me about it. He's like, go to the back computer. He's like, get on YouTube, just type in Tom Berg traffic, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He didn't tell me anything.
Right.
And Tom was very good at setting me up for stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm walking back there, and I walk past Pat's office, and he's like, hey, Nathan, it's the reason I hired him. So I go back there and I type it in, and it's one of the first things to pop up, and I click on it, I'm watching it, and I just busted out laughing, and then Pat yells from his office, I told you!
See what I mean? And the thing with that, it comes up, and whatever industry you're in, you'll find, your top bloopers, sports type of things, and whatever. Well, for us, it's, your top radio and TV bloopers.
Right.
And this always makes the top 10 list.
I stumbled, and what Barry's saying, I stumbled across this by accident. It was the top 10 TV bloopers. So I went, oh, I'll watch that. I always find those funny. And usually what it is like a fly in the studio. And or something like that, or the teleprompter makes you look like you're, invisible except for your head.
Right, you're standing in front of a green screen, or something's spelled wrong.
So as we're rolling through those, and you have to understand, it'd been a while, and I had forgotten about this. Really, I had, because it was something 6 years ago we looked at. So I'm going through this, and I'm watching it, and then there comes Tom, and I went, oh, hey, look at that. Tom made the top 10 of all time TV bloopers, TV new bloopers.
Quite a claim to fame there, Tom.
So I sent it to him, and I said, hey, look, dude, you're in the top 10. He puts out, wonderful.
And I just heard him in my head say, wonderful. and that delivery of his.
Oh,
I heard it with the Tom inflection and everything. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to. What I'm doing is I'm searching what you did, talking about Nathan, and what's happened is there's been many other stories with Tom. This fight,
right?
With cancer and all that. So it pulls up a lot of the stories with that. I'm trying to figure the wording, and I actually
tried Tom Berg traffic.
I just did that, and it pulls up everything else that he's done, and okay, there you got to put it in a little different.
Yeah.
You've got to use the phrase that was on the teleprompter. I'm going to leave it at that and not go any farther than that. This is, I don't want to get in trouble.
Well,
but yeah, that was one of those funny things.
I'll tell you one of the big things that I have missed, and I'm always going to miss, is Tom's ability, more so than anyone else I've ever met in my life, to make me laugh to the point where I thought I was going to be sick. And he really did a good job of setting me up and completely blindsiding me once we were already on the air.
Yes, he was the master at that.
And there, for example, there was one time he was like, "Hey, you need to watch this," and he has this video up on YouTube, and it's all these people are on this ship, and there's a reporter there talking about this injured seal has been nursed back to health, and
Oh,
now we're
yeah.
we're re-releasing her back into the ocean, and everyone's cheering, and all of a sudden the shark jumps up and eats it in one bite. And my eyes got real because I thought it was real. Well, it was a promotion for Shark Week.
Yeah, right,
On Animal Planet.
right.
And I completely lost it because it was the most random, funny thing that I had seen. And he's like, "Oh, by the way, we're on," and turns my mic on, and I couldn't breathe.
Right.
So he did that, and then you remember, Mary, the horseshoe thing. When we were doing he would do the trivia.
Yes.
And there was the horseshoe thing. It was which one of these sports has pitching and catching and all that stuff. And one of the options was horseshoes. And then he played some kind of clip at the very end of it. And it said, horseshoes used to have catchers, but they all died from concussions.
Yes. Yes.
I was done the rest of the morning.
That was so funny.
Oh, you got me
so
on that
So
one.
yeah, that's
Oh, my goodness.
I'm definitely gonna miss those moments where I literally thought I was gonna have to throw up on the air
Oh, I can
because I was
see
laughing
that.
so hard.
Oh.